Bandwidth for all shows on the Aussie Tech Heads network is supplied by Aussie Tech Heads web hosting. For a fast, affordable and reliable Australian server with fantastic support, contact Aussie Tech Heads web hosting at aussietechheads.com.au. Aussie Tech Heads, Australia's best hosting service.
It's episode 430 Aussie Tech Heads. Great to be with you once again. This is coming to you, recorded on the 26th of March 2015. You can get us at the
live from the World Cup.
Oh yes. Well, by the time most people hear this, we will know who is in the finals. So let's.
Right, I'll call it now. Congratulations, Australia, on a magnificent win.
Yeah, for next week. Yeah, let's hope so. But yes, you can catch us at the on iTunes, obviously, and also at aussietechheads.com.au webpage, on facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads, just about everywhere. Google us. You will find us everywhere on the net that you could possibly find. All right, let's get into it. We are brought to you each week by athwebhosting.com.au, Aussie Tech Heads web hosting. Jump in and get some shared service excitement, based in Sydney and coming soon. New services coming soon. Bet you can't wait. It's not hosting, it's something else. But I'll wait till I get it all sorted. It's probably in about 2 weeks away.
It's Pimp My Ride, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yes. It's something online. It's something that everyone needs. So we'll just have to wait for that. They've
got them. You just got to pay for it, but it's not too bad.
And we're also brought to you by scopeiteducation.com.au, but more on that later. Let's go around and see who we can find who is on the panel here tonight. And I think we can find Eric first, if he can drag himself away from the cricket. How you doing, Eric?
Hello, gentlemen.
What's been going on?
I'm just trying to work out what the score is.
I think...
4 for 128. Congratulations, Australia, on a magnificent win.
Yeah, I think we're watching, as recording of the show goes out, we are watching the Australia v India at the SCG. Australia got a magnificent 327 odds, smacked it all over the field. And India's 4 for whatever Eric just said, and they are in trouble with a capital T.
Not yet.
Oh, they're in trouble. Capital T.
They might, never know. The Indians are pretty good.
Yeah, capital T. And also on the other side of the planet, Will. How you doing, Will?
Hey, mate. How you doing?
Good. Sounds like you're a bit ill. Got a cold.
I got tail end of it. I was being pretty ordinary. I don't know. It was nasty. I left work. I had a bit of a sniffle, and by the time I got home, I had a sore throat and all sorts of stuff there.
Yeah. Rubbish.
Pretty quick, but I'm just at the tail end of it now, so I'll try to minimise how much I cough and sniffle into the microphone, but
good.
I apologise in advance for the times I forget.
Okay, no worries. Well, we'll try and...
we've got a phlegm mute button.
A phlegm off. Wouldn't that be good? Having a phlegm off. Now, so Warlock is on a week off, and Shane had to work late. So just for those of you who are wondering what is going on with those two. All right, let's start with something interesting. Been a bit of a slow news week leading up till today. I found it hard to get a couple of stories. You know, there's not much going on really. But look, I've pulled out a few, and I'm sure the others have too. But look, let's start with Will's favourite subject, Android. Now, Android on-body feature stops you unlocking phone. Now, what this means is they've got this new feature where, as you know how you pick up your phone or you put it down for 5 seconds, you pick it up or whatever, and it just auto-locks. Well, they've got this feature where it's not going to lock unless you put it down for 20 seconds, and then it will snap lock, just like that. So, look, that could be something. Could be something worth looking into. for iOS.
Have you ever heard of a power button?
Google has brought a new security feature to the latest update of its Lollipop release of Android, allowing users to keep their devices unlocked as long as it's still on their body. Known as on-body detection, the new feature keeps your smartphone unlocked for as long as it's held in someone's hot little hand or in your pocket. The moment the device is
But if it's in your pocket, you'll bum dial.
Yeah, you don't want it to unlock.
You don't want it. You want it to lock when
That's
it's in your
stupid,
pocket.
buddy. I mean, they've got that one now where you look at it. It's got that smart vision or whatever it's called, and you look at it and it can detect that you're looking at it and it stays unlocked. What more do you want?
Yeah, well, I don't think it would, like, if you put it in your pocket, you must be able to manually lock it.
Yeah, you can just press the power button. But I mean, that's what you would do anyway. Because when you sweat, I know from experience, because my phones go in my top pocket at work, and I know that if I put them in that, like, face towards me instead of face away from me, it'll quite often be enough with the conduction of the sweat through the shirt to swipe and unlock it and even restart it sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
right. Because I know with my iPhone, I think I had it set to lock after
1 minute.
1 minute, yeah, and that was just annoying the hell out of me. Because every time you'd put it down, like you'd do a Facebook or something, right? You'd throw it on the lounge there, and then you'd hear it ding again. You pick it up, I got to put the code in again. I know, first world problem, but
I know. But see, if you went the next phone up, you just put your thumb on it, mate.
Yeah.
Or if you have an Android phone, you just press the power button on the side.
So this is not a big feature. We're dissing this feature. This is useless.
I mean, I can't see an upshot to it other than they're just sort of reaching for, another marketing grab at this point. Like, I had a quick read of the story. Maybe I missed something, but I don't get. It doesn't seem to be any upside to it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're holding your phone as it is, like if your phone goes to your lock screen, you unlock your phone, you're on the device, and then from that point, if you don't touch it, it'll lock in 30 seconds or whatever it is. Or if you're watching a video, it won't lock anyway. And if you're looking at the screen, it won't lock because it recognises you're looking at it. There's a little icon that comes up that says you're looking at it.
Yeah, right.
And when you want to lock it, you press the power button on the side and it's instantly locked.
Yeah, I know. You don't really sweat or anything.
I don't exactly know what the benefit of this thing is.
Well, this is only available on the Lollipop.
Unless I'm missing something. I could be missing. I mean, maybe it's for people without hands. I don't know.
This is this is only available on Lollipop, and
Well,
they're not.
there'd be no issue with them texting while driving.
No, that's right. Well, you can use the voice text, I guess.
And it also doesn't lock when stored under armpit for those said
Right.
people. Now,
Put the on your phone though after a while.
yeah, and sweat. That comes in. That's what Will says. Probably auto unlock anyway if it's put up in the pit. Now, Will, any more Android stories?
I'm looking through my newsfeed of just some of the recent ones that have come through in the last little bit. One thing I do have to mention, because I always have to do this, is the Humble Bundle.
Yes.
As you guys know, I'm a bit of a fan of their products, and I do buy them quite regularly. 12 has just been released, which is available on PC and Android. It's why would an ad? Seriously, I'm going to just switch to my screen for a sec. There is an ad bar in the middle of my screen, and it floats up and down when you scroll, so it stays in the middle of the screen.
Oh, good on the
Oh man, seriously.
bundle. Good. What is
But yeah,
it? The
so
mega bundle.
you can download it. You can pay the $10, which will give you everything. You'll maybe get the premium titles, the whole lot. Or you can do the pay more than the average price, which automatically goes, okay, the average price is $5.10, so you're going to pay $5.11, which of course bumps up the average price. So over time, the average price actually goes up. At the moment, there's Solar Flux, Toast Time, a few other bits and pieces. So go and check that out. It's all for a good cause, of course. It all goes to that's developers, doing this for free, and all the money, all the proceeds go to different charities and things like that. So get on board on that one, and they're good. They're good, fun little games as well.
Now, this is for the PC as well, did you say? Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
PC
and Android.
and
This
Android.
one, yep. So they swap it up. Sometimes it's just their PC, sometimes it's just Android, sometimes it's whatever. But you can see it's for a limited time at the moment. This is only available for another 13 hours, and then this pack's no longer available.
Well, I've got one here. It says 5 hours. Time is running out 5 hours.
Okay. So, yeah, yours, I haven't updated mine since this morning. So,
okay.
So it's only got 5 hours left.
Right. And
after that, it's not available.
So what, the weekly bundle? There's a weekly bundle as well.
Yeah, they're smaller. They've only got,
okay.
A couple of games and bits and pieces.
A book bundle? And a mobile bundle coming soon. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So if you want to check that out, what's the address, Will, where people check
I hate saying humble, especially when you got a cold. It doesn't work. Humble Bundle. .org, I believe.
Humble
Where's the
Bundle.
website?
Yeah, humble, as in as it sounds, and bundle, as it... I don't need to spell it, do I? Do you want me to spell
No.
it? Okay.
We have educated
hum-
listeners. I would hope. If you're not, go away.
Humblebundle.com.
Get a dictionary. All right, good stuff. So go and check the Humble Bundle out. That sounds all right. I might have to do that. Eric, what have you been looking into this week? Anything?
Well, what I've been looking into this week is apparently they're releasing a new lot of iPhone 6s this
Right.
year. The standard iPhone, it's going to be the usual
S?
S at the end of it.
Yep.
So iPhone 6S,
Sixes.
iPhone 6S Plus,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and apparently a new one, an iPhone 6C,
Ooh.
4-inch iPhone 6C. The current iPhone 6 normal is 4.7,
Yep.
and the iPhone 6 Plus is 5.5. So usually the size will be the same, but they ramp up the processor, maybe a little bit more memory. But they're releasing apparently iPhone 6C,
Now that's going to be the 4-inch, did you say?
the 4-inch.
And how big is the 5? Do you know off the top of your head?
I'm not sure. Get your
Because I
tape
wa-
measure out.
Because I wonder if that is. Look, I might have a. How do you measure these? Are they diagonal or
Diagonal, yeah, diagonal.
Yeah.
just on the screen?
Which, of
Yeah.
course, is not
No, from the
entirely-
case, the whole thing.
Which is not entirely true, because if you've got a different screen orientation, it completely messes up the,
Well, I've
the
got here.
measurements.
I've got here 13 centimeters.
From one one diagonal end to the other,
13
including the
centimetres.
case.
Yeah, 13 centimeters. Whatever that is in inches.
Oh, good God! Don't you have an inch ruler?
What is it? 3 1/4?
2.5.
No, 2 1/4.
2.5.
I don't know.
2.5 centimeters to an inch.
2, 4, 6, 8.
About
yeah.
5 centimeters.
5.5 inch, something like that.
5.11 inches.
Right, so that's going to be smaller than.
It's going to be smaller. That's weird, isn't it?
What did you say the iPhone 6 was?
4.7. Or maybe it is the screen
Yeah,
size.
it's probably just
What's
the
your
screen. Yeah,
Measure
the
your screen,
the
mate.
screen would be a
Yeah, it is only the screen size, I'm sure.
respectable 10 centimeters. So that'd be 4.
So
That'd be
what
4.
they're doing is they're replacing the iPhone 5. Yeah, 3.93. So it'll be 4 inches.
Yeah.
So they're replacing the iPhone 5, and it'll probably have some colours and all that rubbish with it, probably.
And hopefully a little bit
I'd say.
cheaper. Maybe.
Doubtful.
All right. Let's. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? That is interesting. Now, look, I've got another one. Another one up Will's little alley.
You
Australian.
stay away from my alley. I know what happened last time you were there.
It was pretty dark. Now, Australian IT
Dark
duo.
and damp.
One of us got pregnant.
Moist. Why do people ring me and send me messages through the show? I don't know.
Because they're watching the stream and they forget about your rest of the week.
Yeah, they must. They must. They think, oh, I'll just message him, forgetting that it's live. Okay.
Let's see if this is actually live.
Yeah. Oh, it's live.
Who's messaging you?
Oh, I don't know. Just bloody. Oh, mate. There.
Go away.
Yeah, go away. Now, anyway, Australian IT duo tackle a Minecraft addiction. Yes, it is rampant. And I'll tell you, my kids, they just sit down and will just watch Stampy, just videos of Minecraft.
I know. My youngest daughter does the same thing, and she's constantly watching people playing Minecraft games.
Yep.
Right, and there's one lot she watched there, a Pompey bunch, Pompey, a girl and a guy.
Stampy,
Yeah,
I'd
just
say.
watch them, and she'll go to bed at 8:15, and she'll have her iPad with her, and she'll fall asleep listening to these Pompey people. I swear she's going to wake up one day and go, "Good morning, Governor."
Good morning, sir.
She's got this subliminal English accent going into her head.
Now, just
Yeah, well, I mean, I do that. I sit there and I watch YouTube on one screen, and I'm watching a YouTube of somebody playing Minecraft on one screen, and I'm playing Minecraft on the other screen.
That's what she does.
Yeah, I do
Jeez.
it all the time.
She gets she's got a Mac. I gave her a little Mac, and she might be playing Minecraft on that and watching it on the iPad or vice versa. I said, why can't you just do one of them? She goes, well, that's boring.
Well, yeah, true.
You got to have both going on. I mean, that's the only way. It's the only way you learn how to do things while you're doing it is you play.
Well, that's true.
You play
You do
Minecraft while you're actually watching Minecraft. It's not
I just wanted to get off it.
Or you play Minecraft while you're doing a podcast, Will.
Yeah,
Whatever.
That's right. Get off it.
Now, for those who are interested, until Saturday, I guess, I went and bought a nice little thing down at Aldi. Aldi. Everyone knows Aldi.
Yep.
Yeah, a can of tuna.
I know the thing you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I went and
Tuna from Bangkok. Is that what you bought?
No, they're all Australian. Now, I went down to Aldi. I bought one, and then had to go back and buy two. They were little tablet stands. They was a stand, like a music stand, like held the sheet of paper. Well, it was a tablet, fits all, and I bought one for me daughter because she's practicing the clarinet. She's learning the clarinet, so I thought, okay, that'd be good. Put the tablet in the stand, and then never seen any clarinet practice, but I walked past and the iPad's in the stand, all right, using it as like watching TV on the it's just up like ET or something, just standing like that in the bedroom, and she's just watching it. She has always wanted TV in my room.
I thought you were talking about the other thing you bought from
Speaking
Aldi.
of tablets and tablet stands, do you know that if you subscribe to the Daily Telegraph, you'll get a free Samsung Galaxy for a 12-month subscription?
Right. But which one?
It's the older tab now. It's only worth like $299. That's why everyone's giving it away. Optus gives it away when you sign up. Telstra's doing it.
Well, look, if you were going to subscribe to the paper and you get a freebie, it's not bad.
Well, that's probably what happens
they lock
because
you on a contract.
Yeah, because I took my old Samsung in to be recycled. Maybe that's what's happened. They're just going to give it to someone else.
You have your name on it.
Yeah. Oh, that piece that was useless. That thing, that was so bad. I just wanted to run over it in a truck. So yeah. So anyway, those music stands, they were really good. They're $20. Like, pretty good, pretty cheap. So if you want one of those stands, jump down to Aldi because I think they go from Saturday to Saturday. So Saturday 28th is probably maybe their last day. So yeah, so they were good. But anyway, back to the Minecraft addiction. The Koala Safe unit, that's what they call this. So these two dudes, these couple of Australian dudes, have developed this little unit. Then I'll show you a little picture of it. Here it is. It's not too bad. Little thing.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, it plugs into existing home routers to create an additional Koala Wi-Fi network for the children to use. Now, the software accessed from a smartphone app, then you're allowed as a parent to manage what goes on, what goes through, what is usable on the internet. Now, it's called PAC, and along with fellow University of Technology Sydney alumni Adam Mills has invented a plug-and-play box that logs and controls how much time a child spends on the internet.
There'll be a bloody revolt in this place if I put that on there.
But I thought, like, it's not really... But Minecraft doesn't come over the internet. Well, I suppose it does.
It does if you play multiplayer.
Yeah, but most of the time it's just played just on the tablet, isn't it?
Very, very few... Yeah, no.
Huh?
Tablet sales are about 1% of Minecraft sales.
Yeah. Oh, my kids...
Minecraft sales are in the... I think they're up to... I can't remember what it is, like 6 or 7 million now, as opposed to tablet sales, which are like 1 or 0.5% or 1% of the actual people that have the PC version.
I told you I set up my Minecraft server on Amazon, didn't I? And
yep.
Yeah, and I
you haven't given me the IP yet, so I can't come on record.
No, well, I sort of going to ditch it because I tried it. I did set it up with the Linux version as well, and it just kept getting errors because it was the CPU was overwhelmed.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was only with 2 players in it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I moved it to...
I think I kind of said that, but...
Yeah,
anyway.
I moved it to dual core to see how much it helped.
Won't help because it only uses 1 core.
So what do I need to do? Increase the RAM.
Faster core. No, I mean, RAM's not too bad as long as you should have at least 4. You should have at least a gig of RAM, I'd say.
Was it a gig? Yeah, no, it was 4. I think comes with.
Yeah, that's heaps. No, you'll need to go up the I think they call it the big box CPU or something. Where it's a faster CPU.
Right.
Yep, that's what you need.
And that's probably what 20 cents an hour or something.
No, not really. You can get an actual Minecraft host for like $3 a month. So.
Yeah, I think if I might have to go down that path. I think. Just for the kiddie winks. See,
I mean, there's some crappy ones, like American ones, which aren't great for PC, but on tablet you're not going to notice that much of a difference. Like Creeper Host, because they're in the States, the ping times are horrible for PC, but on a tablet, because everything happens so much slower anyway, it probably wouldn't be an issue. And I think we were running a server with 20 players on Creeper Host for like $6 a month.
Yeah, that's all right.
And the equivalent Australian server's like $100 a month.
Oh,
but
happy days.
yeah,
Well, that's what happens, I suppose.
it costs money to run a server, I'll tell you that.
It does. It's not cheap, is it? Now, look, here's another one. Taylor.
I'll just quickly go back to that thing you're talking about Audi before.
Yeah.
People who follow us on Facebook would know that Glenn posted a picture of a thing he bought from Audi the other week.
Yes, I did. That thing.
Charger.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, apparently, it doesn't work on iPhone.
Oh, iPhone 5. There's no adapter.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it works perfectly on every other device ever created, just not iPhone. So if you've got an iPhone, tough. But everybody else who's got a real product, they're great. I've got a couple of them, use them for various different things. I've given them out for gifts and stuff. I mean, you can get them on eBay and everything as well.
$10. Yeah,
There's nothing special about them, but they're a really good idea. They're great for a backup charger as well as, because they got the solar panel on them. You should never get caught with a flat battery. So
and you can charge it through electricity as well. The battery.
yeah, you plug it into the USB port as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So look, I rang him up and I rang up the helpline, and I said, now listen, I got this iPhone 5. Have you got an adapter for that? And they go, no. I said, okay. Do you know where I could get one? No. And I said, the iPhone 5 has been out for like 3 years. And they go, oh well.
Yeah, but that is an older product. So that's the thing with Audi. They sell the older versions of the product. The new versions of that you can buy in Harvey Norman and JB Hi-Fi for like $150. They've got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or you can spend like 3 cents and buy one on eBay that fits.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Audi had a couple. Also, if you didn't want the solar one, there was a wind-up one for camping. Yep. Yeah, and that was. No, the solar was 20 and the wind-up was 10 or something,
I've
or
actually
vice
got
versa.
one. I got one that's got both of them on it. It's actually got a radio. I thought it was in here somewhere. It's actually got a radio built into it as well, and an emergency torch with a flashing beacon and a siren.
Yes.
With the hand crank, plus the solar panel, and it's I think it's a 5,000 milliamp or something like that battery as well. So
Yeah, right.
it's it's great. It charges. It doesn't only charge tablets and phones. It's actually powerful enough to run a lot of those little USB devices. You can run off it, like portable DVD players and stuff like that as well. So
I did buy something else through the week as well. I've been having a splurge.
Well, you're on fire.
I know, but alas,
fire sale.
these ones are still in the box inside the box.
Well, there's a surprise.
I haven't opened the big box that it all came in. But look, I'll pull a review out for you because I thought they were pretty cool. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called a boogie board. You heard of those?
Yeah, so the things you go to the beach with.
Aha, no, not these ones.
Something you pick your nose with?
Get
a
them
booger
closer.
board.
Oh, that's a booger board. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are. Look, I'll wait for the review then. I'll wait for. It's hard to. Well, it's not hard to explain, but it's just like a. It's. I don't know. Is it like e-paper, but you can write on it and stuff. And then,
So I guess while we're talking about things that we bought, you can't really see this one because it's actually inside my computer. But I actually bought a water cooler. It's
Sweet.
actually got a. Let's see if I can get the
What
camera
brand?
to show this up. Thermaltake.
Yep.
It's
Nice.
actually got a radiator. You can see that it's got fan support that clips over your CPU, and it's actually got a radiator and a
Yes.
fan that goes on the back of it, and it's full-on water cooling.
Yes.
They're on sale for like $60 at the moment.
That's all right. Was it completely sealed?
Yeah, it's fully sealed unit, self-contained. It comes that way. You don't need to add anything or do anything to it.
Yep.
You can see in that top picture there. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can see it's got a water pump that there's actually a water pump on the back of the heatsink that goes onto your CPU, and then that just runs through the hoses directly to the radiator with a fan. Really easy to hook up if your case can hold it. My other case couldn't because my other case was actually a very, very modified gaming case from years ago. So it actually just couldn't fit on there. There wasn't enough room between the motherboard and the back of the case to put the clips on. But simple installation. Bought my CPU temperature running, like doing what I'm doing now with Wirecast and running Skype and having browsers open and miscellaneous other stuff. I'd probably sit around 60, 65 degrees.
Yeah,
With this now running with same stuff running, and the Minecraft I had open a minute ago still in the background, I'm now sitting at 28.
Yeah, that's pretty good,
which
isn't
is
it?
cooler than ambient because ambient's 31.
Yeah, that's good.
It's cooler than your room, mate.
It is. It's actually cooler inside my computer case than in my room.
Yeah. I've got a Corsair water cooling point. Now, how nervous were you when you first turned it on, Will? Thinking, how
Because this one's fully sealed, so I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah.
I mean, years ago, I'm talking like 99, 2000, I used to do water cooling before water cooling was really a thing. I used to use Peltiers and all sorts of stuff. Peltiers are thermoelectric, I think they call it. So like a heat shrink, one side gets hot, one side gets cold. The hotter you make one side, the colder the other side gets.
Yeah.
So it was a way to cool it down. You have water cooling to disperse the heat. Back in those days, they weren't sealed systems. They were basically a glorified fighting fish tank with a couple of holes drilled in it and a couple of hoses running through,
Yes.
like a windscreen washer, motor pump and stuff. It was pretty intense back then, but now they're all fully sealed. I mean, you can still buy the custom ones and do it yourself. A mate of mine does.
Sealed is the way to go.
But sealed, unless you're really overclocking your system and you want to get the absolute nth degree out of it, these sealed units are fine. You can get, this one's a single radiator. You can go to a triple, which is 3 of the normal, like the big case fans long. So it's a good, it's a foot long.
Yeah.
Basically, it's, a lot of heat dissipation.
Well,
and they do a one that sits in your, it takes up 3 5.5-inch bays. It's actually a water tank. It is a semi-sealed unit, so you do have to assemble it yourself. It's got the water tank there with the pump and everything on the thing. It's got the temperature controls and the heat detectors and everything all on the front of it. And it was only $170. So water cooling really, if you want a cheap an option these days. Yeah, well, there's some of the intense ones. Some of the ones you're showing there. Some of those are pretty nuts.
It's that one. That is crazy. Now, look, I had. Oh, look at that thing. Wowzers.
That's what my mate does. He does like his system because he's a hardcore gamer. He's got like 4 video cards like I've got, but his are all overclocked. Every video card's got a water cooling unit on it. The CPU, all the chips on the motherboard have it. All the hard drives are all water cooled. The whole system is.
Yeah. Look, I've had mine in for probably 12 months or a little bit more, I suppose. And I had to the other day. I kept shutting down, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, it's shutting down because it's overheating. And I had to clean the radiator and all the dust out from the fan because it wasn't as efficient as it should have been.
Yeah.
Needed a service, mate.
It did. It needed a water change. Yeah,
That's
so
scary, isn't it?
oil and water change. But
I didn't realise you were running water cooling.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had to just blow the dust out of the thing because it was got to be full.
Another tip too. The weather was cooling down and my computer was overheating, and I'm like, why is now we're getting cooler weather? Why is my CPU getting hotter? As I mentioned before, I had an older case. It was a really nice case, a really great Corsair. I think it was a Corsair. It's like when it was made, it was like a $250 case. And it's been modified over the years to accept newer boards than what it was originally designed to take. But it wasn't until I went to put this water cooling and I found out what it was doing. What it was actually doing was the back plate behind the CPU, when it was getting hot, it was actually pulling away from the back of the that was bowing, and so the board was flexing one way and the CPU cooler was flexing the other way. So it was actually separating the board from the cooler.
Oh dear!
Which is why it'd go like it'd hover around 60 degrees. That's the one I've got. It'd hover around 60 degrees, and then it would just shut off.
Yeah,
well, that's very similar to the one I've got.
Yeah, I know you got to be careful. It's not the answer to everything, but water cooling's pretty good. I'm happy with mine. It didn't leak, so I'm very happy.
Especially now that the cases have the power supply on the bottom instead of in the top.
Now, if you watch the show live, the live recording, which is Thursday nights at 7:30 Queensland time, you'll be able to ask questions like Dom Unix has in there, and he's asked us what's going on with the Australian Netflix as that's launched this week. Has anyone here signed up for the free trial? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And the first 5 shows I searched for, they didn't have. So I was pretty happy with that.
No, they won't. But see, it's a soft launch. They've only got 1,600 titles, and you've got to give them a chance because they've got something like 15,000 titles on the American one. But obviously, with initial licensing issues, they will sort that out over time. The quality on it, I found Stan not too bad.
Yeah, he's all right.
Stan coming up with the goods. But when I flicked it from my MacBook to my Apple TV onto the television, it stutters.
Ooh, mine didn't.
Right?
Stan.
It's not buffer, it stutters. You know how when on this Skype thing that we've had problems with for a few weeks, it'll sort of stop, start.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's like. Now, and I notice when you're playing Stan, it doesn't buffer. You know, if you press pause, the thing doesn't keep loading.
You're right.
Right?
Okay.
Which could be an issue, but Netflix does. Netflix
Right.
does,
Sure,
and
really.
Netflix is full HD, and it is beautiful picture and
It's
no
only full
stuttering.
HD if you pay for it.
Oh yeah, depending on which version you've chosen out of the three.
Look, I think I've had Stan. I've had all of them. I haven't
I've
actually-
cancelled Stan.
Yeah, same here.
I did pay for a couple of months, but
Yep.
that finishes on the 24th of April,
Yeah. Look,
I think I'll stick with Netflix.
yeah. Look, I don't watch that much TV, so I'm not really keen on doing either of them. But I'll have a go at them. But I'm more into the old shows. Like I don't know, maybe don't have time to get into new shows or whatever. But in any case, Stan I found okay. All of them have been streamed to my Apple TV fine, to my Chromecast fine from the iPhone app, so that's fine. The thing I like about Netflix is I'm not sure about Stan and Presto. It wasn't, as far as I could see, wasn't advertised. But with the Netflix, with the $10.99 plan, you can have that on two screens. And with
$11.99.
and then the $14.99 or whatever it is, you can have on
Four
four
screens.
screens.
Yeah, but Stan you can have on 5.
Oh, just straight off the
By
bat.
default.
Straight
yeah.
off, $10 a month, five devices at any one time.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
could you imagine the stutter? My problem was with the stutter.
So what do you,
Yeah,
what
I
do you
mean, for me, actually, Netflix was the worst for me to load. Like, for something to load, for it to get to the point where it would play, because as you said, it pre-buffers, it would take 3 or 4 minutes for it to actually preload enough for it
no.
to actually start to play.
No.
Yeah,
No.
no, I didn't have that problem.
Which,
No.
I mean, I have good download, but I really think, because I'm on the Optus network, I think the congestion was just horrid to the servers, because I pinged the Netflix servers and it was like a 30-second round trip.
Yeah, right.
Whereas for some reason, I don't know if just they're in a different location or what, but the other ones I didn't have that problem. I never had buffering issues on any of the other services, and
They've just released Crocodile Dundee on Stan.
so.
Right.
But the biggest problem for me with all three of these is none of them have the shows that I'm currently watching. There's 4 series that I'm currently watching, and they're not on any of those services.
What
Give it time.
little
Give it
people,
time.
big world?
Yeah, well, I will, but that's what I'm saying. So as of at the moment, for me, none of these are an option, because I watched about 4 series, Son watches about 10,
Oof.
and I think 2 of them were on a couple of them. But yeah, for now, for me, no. Maybe in 3 months' time
Yeah.
or whatever. Having said
Yeah, look,
that,
they will improve because they don't. The people will abandon them if they don't. They know
yeah.
that.
I mean, having said that, Netflix is culling in the States. They're doing a major cull. They're getting rid of some ridiculous 30 or 40,000 titles or something. They're taking out of their.
Oh,
Back
look,
end anyway.
look, that's normal. It's like any business you've got. You keep your A and your B clients. In their case, the shows that are most popular, and you get rid of the ones that are least popular.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but I mean, you would think with a digital model it would be irrelevant. It's only storage.
Well, yeah, that's true too. But
And
look, who knows? Maybe they're just redoing their business plan. But
yeah, I would have liked to have seen the old shows. Because the first thing
what shows should I search for?
even the classic series of Doctor Who, I couldn't find on any of them. It's got the new series.
Yeah, they've got the new series. I've got.
Now I saw the latest series on Stan and how about The Good Wife?
The Good Wife.
I mean, I couldn't even find.
Any
Maybe
American- No, Netflix doesn't have.
I think
no,
that
I
might-
couldn't even find the other ones
Oh,
like
yes, they do.
A-Team and MASH and stuff like that initially. Maybe they do now.
Yeah, so I just thought that it was I don't know, just not for me. But I'll
Yeah, look, I'm not saying they will obviously it will become more viable. Assuming our internet becomes usable in this country, they'll become more viable. But having said that, apparently Foxtel's scared because they're trying to sue Netflix already.
For what?
I only heard this on the radio and I can't find the story. But apparently they're trying to for basically taking their business effectively.
Yeah, well, we've got here
Oh,
Dominic.
I'll call the ambulance. My God, that's the capitalist society we live in. It's called competition. You do better or you die.
But you can't have competition when there's only two companies. It's only when you introduce more. So that's what they don't like.
Well, that's why they're crying. They were the monopoly.
That's right.
Now, look,
Just go to buggery. I mean, really, that's ridiculous. Wang, don't get bitter, get better.
now Dominic has answered my question.
They haven't taken any leap forward in the last 10 years. Why should they change now?
Doctor Who is held at the ABC for streaming rights. So there you go. That covers that finishes off that side of things.
Well, that's probably ABC and BBC, and that'll probably once again that'll change.
Yeah, the classic series. But look, as far as I'm concerned, I've tried the Stan. I'm about to try Presto because they've only just released their iPhone app, and I've tried Netflix, as I said, on the Apple TV and the Chromecast. I've had no stutter. I've had no problems whatsoever. I think it's really good. I watched, I was subscribed to Stan, I watched the Better Call Saul. I loved it. It was full HD. It was just coming through perfect. And I thought it was, it's about time we started getting TV that's great quality like that, especially because you pay so much for your TVs on the wall anyway.
So the thing that bugs me about Presto is it's $10 a month for TV shows or $10 a month for movies, both of which are in SD, by the way. Or $15 a month for TV shows and movies.
But yeah,
which is automatically dearer than anybody else. That's only in SD and it's only on one device.
But they'll sort it out. They'll sort it out.
Sorry.
They'll sort it out. Are you talking, Eric? I think you're on mute.
But Netflix $12 one.
Yeah.
And it's TV or movies. Do what you want.
Well, it stands $10. It's HD and it's 3 streams and it's whatever you want. So, I don't know. I think Presto is...
But look, at the end of the day, to wrap it all up, if you currently got Foxtel, you'd be better and cheaper to go and buy all 3 of these things and go away.
That's
between
right.
them.
Exactly.
And you just have a little server, like a little, you could have a Chromebook that just flicks it over to your TV. Just run a Chromebook there with your internet connection running on it.
My prediction is that Presto will end up showing the sport that Foxtel currently owns. Because that's the way they'll survive.
Well, the content's there.
Too, if you've got the... they all run on my older Raspberry Pi. But if you buy the new Raspberry Pi, it runs Windows... it's going to run Windows 10 or whatever it runs. I've lost track of what Windows are up to, but it's running the new version of Windows as well. So, of course, it's going to work on that as well. And the Raspberry Pi is a $30 device. So... and a lot of the cheap tablets, like the cheap Aldi tablets or the cheap Woolies tablets, the $40 or $50 ones, they've got HDMI out.
Yeah, you just run it straight on that, exactly.
Run it straight off that as well. So, it's really cheap to have a media center these days. I mean, even 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Forget it. Exactly.
5 years ago, to run a media center involved buying a computer,
we needed storage,
putting an output card.
Exactly, and you needed bloody, you had that. Ideally, you'd run Microsoft Home Server. And now it's all streaming. Bang, one tablet next to the TV. Bang, off you go.
All right. Yeah. So let's put that little one to bed because it's all available to everyone. Netflix is launched. Happy days, happy doodah, and we can all go and test it for ourselves. So I'd like to be interested in people like Milo. How does it work for you, Milo, down in Nowra, who's on ADSL1? I wonder how that goes.
But he'll get to this question next week.
He's running on a remote control that's still connected to the TV, I think.
He's still buffering the loading screen.
He's got one of those wind-up things like this for the internet. Or streaming shows.
I thought you meant one of those things, the Aboriginal talking stick, what are they called?
Yeah, I know what they are.
That's how it communicates down there, I think, at the moment.
All right, let's get into the Scope IT education. Kids today are engrossed with technology, often spending excessive hours behind their screens. The guys at Scope IT Education aim to not fight that war. They instead aim to change these hours into productive hours. They turn consumers into creators. Scope IT Education is a teaching organisation that provides curriculum-based technology training to primary-age students. Predominantly, lessons are done within the school system and refined, professionally developed courses that align with and complement current state and national-based outcomes. The course range is vast, with classes in introductory coding skills, with process-based logical thinking, app development, website design, digital citizenship, Google research, and now even 3D printing, electronics, and robotics. Of course, all these courses are fun and engaging. They carefully combine this with specific outcomes to help shape our children's education for the future, arming them with the technology skills they may need in the world they grow up in tomorrow. If you think this sounds interesting, they have a franchised business opportunity for anyone feeling that this product sounds intriguing, or if you would like to know more information as a teacher or principal, check out the website, scopeiteducation.com.au. And so they're trying to get that into all the schools to try and get the kiddies coded up so they can make the apps of tomorrow and be the billionaires of tomorrow. All that good stuff. So go and check their website out. And if you're interested, if you're just interested for your own school and you're a parent, go to the school and ask them about it. Just say, hey, you heard of this? So how about we try and get something like this into our school? All right, and we thank Scope IT Education for being such a great supporter of Aussie Tech Heads. Thanks you guys. All right,
just quickly too, I found part of that story I was talking about with Foxtel, obviously because Nine Entertainment and Fairfax own Stan, and Presto's owned by Foxtel. So that's why when they come about. But just to add insult to injury, on the day that what were we just talking about? Netflix was launched. Foxtel released its IQ3 box.
That's it.
Which is their latest version of the box.
What's it do?
Nothing the other ones doesn't do. Except
that's right. It's just an excuse to charge you more.
Yeah, it's basically twice the price. It comes with, it's $125 for the unit, $25 for the self-installation, or $75 for the professional installation, on a minimum $25 per month. So you're talking $125 per month with a $25 per month. So it's $150 a month to have this, which is $75.
Hang on,
more.
they charge you $125 per month for the box.
Yeah.
That can't be
what?
right.
That's
that
what this
can't
ad
be
says.
right. That can't
because
be
it says
right.
on the
There's
other
no
one,
way
the
anyone's
previous
going to
one
take that up.
was
That's crazy.
$75 per month.
That's crazy.
That must be with the plan. I don't know.
Must
What are you getting extra? They're not showing 4K. Get over yourself.
The only real difference is it has one extra tuner in it, so now you can record 3 and watch 1 instead of recording 2 and watching 1, which I think the previous one was. And it's got a 1 terabyte hard drive instead of a half terabyte, which I think the other one had. So you got 172 hours of high def, of recording. But yeah, so that's basically why I don't understand why they're getting a service, as I said, because they back Presto, which is dearer. And then they released Foxtel IQ3, which is dearer, and they complain that people are not using their service as much.
Look, Foxtel will end up on Presto. Foxtel will die. Presto will reign because Foxtel's buying up sport like there's no tomorrow. That's the only thing that's going to keep them alive. And
well, no, because a lot of people are just refusing to watch it now. Like the V8s has gone to Foxtel.
Yes.
And people are just boycotting the V8s now. They went, oh, well, I'm not watching that. I'm not buying Foxtel just to watch that, so you're going to lose viewers.
Yeah, well, I think that's one. Well, then as we're talking about before, the competition in the marketplace. That's when the V8 people are going to say, "Hey, Foxtel, when we sell it to you, we're really limiting our market here. So how about we stop selling it to you?"
Which is
you
what
clowns.
will happen next season once they've realised they've got half as many people watching as they did before.
Yeah, but I think if you're half smart, you can subscribe to all these IP channels, and you could subscribe to a VPN, watch your sport that way.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
what for all for under $50 a month.
I reckon Apple TV should talk to Foxtel and say, look, I'll put an app on the Apple TV for Foxtel right next to the Netflix one and the Stan one, and that way you can just flick between instead of constantly flicking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So is there a Stan app on the Apple TV?
No, I don't think there's a Netflix one, though.
Yeah, so I heard the Netflix one was released, but people are pretty slow getting apps on that Apple TV, aren't they? Do you reckon it's Apple just holding all these back?
I think, look, Apple might have, Foxtel, it's probably Foxtel says, no, if we do that, we're going to lose, if we put our app on your Apple TV, people have choice. We don't want people to have choice.
No, but I mean, even things like, well, Channel 10's got their 10 Play app. Now, what would it hurt for Channel 7 to have their catch up and Channel 9 to have their catch up?
Or Channel 9, they call it Jump In, which is, jump get nicked.
Yeah, but they
basically.
don't. Like, they don't. Apple TV has... When's the last time you saw a new app on the Apple TV? You
Oh,
saw...
I don't know.
There was no new apps, and then the cricket app came, and then the 10 Play app came. And then there's a channel 7 catch-up. That can't be found anywhere, except if you're on T-Box. That's joined up with the T-Box catch-up. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
But anyway, let's get off that rubbish. Look, let's talk porn and adult web. Oh, show's just got interesting, eh? Now,
Hang on, hey Glenn,
Yes.
just back on this Foxtel thing. I just on the website now, which they haven't been really promoting this. What are you paying now for your broadband?
I think it's I think it's 110 a month,
Right.
and then I
Right.
think it's an extra $10 for the super speed or
This is
something.
for your
You're
internet,
getting shafted.
120, right?
something
okay.
like that.
How
Yeah.
much you pay for Foxtel?
It's about must be about 60 or 70, 60.
Okay,
Something
right.
like that.
Well, on the Foxtel bundles, they've got Foxtel bundles here, right?
Mm.
On a 200 gig plan, you get Foxtel TV,
Yeah.
40, the standard 40 channels, and you can add to it if you want.
Yep.
You get 200 gigabytes of data,
Yep.
right? Plus your home phone.
Yep.
Those three, $105 a month as a bundle.
Yeah, that's not bad. What about, is there a 500 gig option?
Yeah, I'll give you that. 500 gig, because this is what I'm going to go on, because I'm paying now, on my bundle, I'm paying $134 a month for Foxtel,
Mm.
plus, what is it, 100 and something for my internet. But if I go on this, 500 gigs, it's 125. And you get the Foxtel TV,
Yeah.
plus your broadband, plus your phone,
For 125.
425. That's
So that would
dirt
only
cheap.
be assuming what? See what? That would only be assuming you can get that in your area. What internet are they using?
Well,
Tell us
for
They'd be
me,
using Optus. No,
Well, I'm
Foxtel.
using-
They'd be using Optus.
Telstra.
no, Telstra.
Oh,
Foxtel
Telstra.
uses
That's the
Telstra,
main.
yeah.
It would sorry. Yeah, it would only be if you could get Telstra in your
Yeah, only
area.
provided that you're already on. With Glenn and I
Yeah.
are already on Foxtel,
So-
on broadband for Telstra.
See,
So
I'm
that
not
would
on
work.
Optus.
So
So
now,
that's
does that include
100
sport?
well, whatever the 40 channels are.
Won't be
and the
sport
40
then.
channels are Fox 8, TV Hits Arena, Greatest Hits, BBC, Universal, Fox Classics, blah blah,
Yes.
and 23 more channels. So you'd have to have a look. You have to add sport.
Yeah. Yeah, another
Add-
25.
So you get the Foxtel IQ box. You get Foxtel Go.
Is it HD or the normal IQ?
Let me check for you.
I can't see why they can't just...
No,
can't
it's the HQ. It's the
they-
HD.
HD, that's all right. I don't know why they don't just recall all the IQ boxes and just dump them and then just give out the HD ones. Why pay extra for that? Anyway, look, they're going to have to do something. I want to get back to porn.
I think I'm gonna ring them up about this and say, look, I want to switch because this is going to save me. It's about half of what I'm paying now.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, yeah, and like always, they don't tell you, do they?
No, they never do.
gotta-
This is for the new customers, see?
Yeah. Well, if you cancel and then re-hook up, you will
Yeah,
be
that's
in-
right.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm can you give me a price drop? Oh, I can't. Why not?
You're
Because
not-
you're an existing customer.
All
We
right.
treat you
Yeah,
like
my
crap.
contract.
Yeah.
We always treat the existing customers like crap.
Well, cancel me and I'll ring up tomorrow.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
you can get Optus have a similar deal now. I'm actually they got all sorts of things. Like they got this is interesting. I might have to look into this. They've got Optus TV with Fetch, which is their regular TV, plus their pay TV with 30 channels or whatever it
Which
is.
is Foxtel, basically.
30 pre-selected channel, and plus 30 pre-selected movies, unlimited data, unlimited calls, on $90 a month,
But anyway,
which is actually less. Than, I thought I was going to go down. I'm paying $90 a month now. Actually, I am. I'm paying unlimited data, $90 a month with the speed pack, with the unlimited phone and the Fetch TV. And the thing is, it doesn't have the 30 channels, but we don't watch it anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, but if you're going to get it for free,
Still probably wouldn't watch it. Our internet's so shitty that you can't even hardly use Fetch, let alone the bloody...
well, that's I see. I don't have the problem with the broadband at Foxtel.
all right. Anyway, Taylor Swift. She's bought up TaylorSwift.porn and TaylorSwift.adult. What's her career moves looking like?
She's just bought them so no one else can.
Yes, exactly.
You reckon she
And that's what she said. That's what her publicist
Smart
said.
thing to do.
She bought them so no one else can start making fake porn sites.
Microsoft Office has also registered Office.porn and office.adult. Domains can cost up to $2,500. However, .porn and .adult are $99. Richard Branson and Stringfellows. Never heard of them?
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. No. And other names have also bought .adult and .porn domains, according to ICANN. Another domain being released in June is .sucks. Now, that's going to be popular, isn't it? I wonder if, like, things like...
I wonder what the precursor name will be. That I can just imagine.
Yeah, I wonder if you could, is McDonald's going to buy one? So just to stop people from...
They will. You'll find you won't. Yeah. Anything that has McDonald's in the name, you can't get. It's already done.
Yeah. But that's probably good, isn't it? .sucks. That means just about every
if
business...
If you want to complain about a product, you'd say, like, LG sucks.
Yeah.
Or Samsung sucks. Or Apple sucks.
Yeah, but you'll find... I tell you what, though, the amount, like, those big companies, they're going to have people sitting there hitting that submit button until the bloody site lets them do it, because they're not going to want squatters to buy those sites.
No, that's right, exactly.
The squatters wouldn't be allowed to buy it anyway.
I reckon .sucks is going to be pretty expensive.
Well, I know what they do with a lot of the bigger companies. If you can't register a name that's already a registered name, like if it's a .com or something like that, they'll check with the company first to see if the company wants it, and then if the company doesn't want it, then you get second option on it.
Mm.
Yeah. So it'll probably be something similar.
Steve Jobs .sucks. Could you imagine? Someone's going to grab that.
That'd be mine.
/balls.
/ you're dead.
Now, Taylor Swift has also gone off to the trademark office. Now, this is where it gets a bit crazy for me. She's trademarked. Has she trademarked or applied for it? But anyway, Party like it's 1989. This sick beat. Cause we never go out of style. Could show you incredible things. And nice to meet you. Where you been? Were all apparently registered by Taylor Swift with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. What is this meaning? Is this meaning that no one in the future of music, futurology, can use these words?
Not for a website, they can't.
Is that what that means? That's not a website. That's the trademark office.
Trademark. It means they can't.
Well, you can't trademark.
That's all it
can't
means.
Trademark words.
You can't trademark phrases. They'll get rejected. You just can't do it. Any
if she had a logo next to it, like in a logo with a tagline, that can be trademarked.
Yeah. Yes. But she's going crazy, isn't she?
Yeah. They applying for it, and it's the same. It's applying for it and actually getting out of two entirely different things. That's why things like Prince actually has the symbol.
Yeah.
Because you can trademark that.
Yes.
But you can't trademark, like Beyonce and Jay-Z try to trademark their kids, name of their baby, whatever it was, but they got rejected because they're like
those two need to get a bloody good hold of themselves. Trademark my baby's name. Who do you think you are, Jesus Christ?
Yeah, well, he didn't trademark that either. So no one trademarks names. That's right. Now,
Adolf Hitler's free. You want to grab that?
I read a story today. Well, I didn't read the story, but I saw the headline that Hitler was on meth.
Yeah, he's on everything.
I think he'd be on a few things.
Was meth around back then, was it?
He probably invented it.
Did he have his little ice pipe stuck in his top pocket?
I don't know how he induced.
He just filtered it through his moustache.
Maybe that's why his moustache fell off.
I couldn't believe it. I read that headline and went, "Oh, you're kidding." All right.
See, people like Adele, for example, she's trademarked her name, but because it's trademarked like a fragrance or something like that, it just happens to be called Adele, but because now Adele is trademarked as that, it's a trademark name. So it's not trademarked as a name, it's trademarked as a product.
Yes.
Yeah. You can trademark a product or symbol.
Now, Will, have you got any other stories that you want to...
I tell you what, I've been scrolling through all my news feeds while we've been doing this show, and there's absolutely nothing at all that's even remotely interesting.
There's not much. I've got a couple more.
There is stuff, but there's nothing that is groundbreaking.
I know, like Hitler and meth. Yeah, nothing. Now, Eric, did you have anything else? Just so I know where we're up to, because I've got a few more.
You go for it.
All right. Malcolm Turnbull introduces a bill to block piracy websites. Now,
that's passed, by the way.
That got through, did it?
Passed. That got through.
Got through lower. Did it get through upper?
No, it got through the Senate. Yep.
So Turnbull announced this week proposed laws to allow content owners to apply for website facilitating online piracy to be blocked. The online copyright bill will amend the Copyright Act to allow rights holders to apply for overseas website used for downloading and uploading copyright infringing content to be blocked. Content owners will not be restricted in the number of websites they can request be blocked in one injunction. So
who?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
So they're saying, people are saying, all right, we want to, they go to the judge and say, Judge, we want to block torrentfreak.com. And also while we're there, we want to block the Pirate Bay. And also while we're there, we want to block these other 100 of them. And the judge will go, you rightio, Australian ISPs, put the block on. Get your block on. Now, the bill also does not dictate how a website should be blocked and similarly contains no mention of compensation for ISPs.
Oh, here we go. Now they're going to start blocking blanket IPs again.
Yeah.
Because that worked so well in the past.
Yeah, it estimates compliance to the scheme would cost internet service providers $130,000 a year. I don't know where
no one's going to do it.
I don't know where they pull these figures from.
It's the same as the I noticed the mandatory data retention one's just passed too.
That's what I thought you were talking about. No, the data retention is the one that's passed.
Yeah.
That one went through.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Putting journos.
No, this other one's like that stupid
else.
one they tried a couple of years ago where they basically think they can tell anyone in the world what they can and can't do.
Yeah, and then
because there's no possible way you could run a proxy or get around a block IP address like hello.
Look, that's crazy because probably even 10 years ago, no one really knew what was going on. But these days, the kids are growing up with this sort of stuff. The kids know more about VPNs than anyone.
Yeah.
And then and these laws are coming. It's not going to stop nothing. I don't know. It's just to keep people happy, just to keep them,
And just to give you an example of how this isn't going to work, you can maybe or may not see on my screen here. There's an entire list here. Okay, every one of these is updated hourly, and these are proxy lists just to Pirate Bay. So if piratebay.com doesn't work, take your pick of all these lists, and one guarantee you, and they're updated hourly. So good luck trying to block that, Australian government.
Yeah.
The internet is one of those things that it's free for a reason.
Yeah.
And look, this will be just a furphy. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, look, it'll probably just...
But it's basically just giving them... They're doing all these things and they're passing them all under the anti-terrorism laws.
So Turnbull has previously conceded that shutting down overseas file sharing websites could result in a game of whack-a-mole. Such was the case with the Pirate Bay, as Will has just shown us, which reappeared under different domain after the file sharing site was pulled down in Swedish, and so it just came up under a different domain and got shut down, came up again, and shut down, came up again, blah blah blah. Okay, Facebook messages to business. Social messaging Facebook, is pushing its messenger service into business, partnering with Zendesk. I've heard of Zendesk. Are they all right? I suppose.
I've heard of them.
Now, who offer live chat support. The company today said businesses could use Messenger for live customer support and to offer users services such as push notification. Aimed initially at retailers, Business Messenger could allow... It's already out? Already there?
There's things like that already. I'll bring one up myself.
Yeah, but it's not Facebook. Facebook want their own.
Yeah.
Probably so they can just push everywhere. Like, it's integrated into iOS. Just push. Oh, here's another. While we're talking about Apple. Yeah, well, I
was going to say this other one I just can't think of off the top of my head. It's free and it's been around for a few years and it works exactly the same as Facebook, but it's just like your own little community. It can be used for businesses or private.
Oh, is that? Yeah, I think I know what. There was.
I've got a complete blank.
There was one that was really good at that. It was just like a little Skype sort of a thing that used for businesses, and it was really good. It worked great. Microsoft bought it, and then it just went to crap.
No, not that one.
What was that one called? I can't remember. But anyway, while we're thinking about that,
green hello things do.
Yeah, while we're thinking about that, let's have a look at Apple phases out dual boot support for Windows 7. So dual booting Mac users who wish to stick with Windows 7 will not be able to run Windows 7 on the Apple's latest MacBook models, as support for older Microsoft operating system is phased out. So this is all to do with the boot camp. So the boot camp running on the newest 2015 MacBook models will only support Windows 8 or later. Users who have purchased Apple's 13-inch MacBook Pro Retina, the new 13-inch MacBook Air, or new 11-inch MacBook Air, which launched alongside Apple's Watch early this month, will only be able to run Windows 8 and above on the new device. So there we go. I don't know why you'd be buying an Apple if you wanted to run Windows. You might as well just buy a Windows machine.
So, yeah, Yammer is the program I was thinking of.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, used by more than 200,000. Sonia's last company before they fired her the other day, which was with like 3 hours warning, so that was great. But yeah, they use Yammer for all their internal messaging. It's basically exactly like Facebook, but it's fully customizable. It runs across multiple operating systems, across platforms, cross departments, locations, whatever. It's fantastic and it's free. I didn't realize it was owned by Microsoft, but it works really well, and they've been using it for years and never had a problem with it.
Well, I'd have to oppose that comment because I was using it, and then when Microsoft got it, hey, what's he barking at? When Microsoft,
You mentioned Microsoft.
I know. She doesn't like it, does she? Hey, Microsoft. Microsoft. Oh, here she comes. Now she comes when I call her. Now, hey, good girl. Now, but yeah, when Microsoft got it, they disabled the, you used to download the application. They disabled the application, so the only way of using it was through a browser.
No, they always use the application.
Try and download it.
Yeah, it's on her phone now.
On the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
the app.
You mean the PC?
Yes. Yeah, they took it away.
Like a PC app, not a phone app.
Yeah, PC app. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. They never use that anyway. Nobody was smart enough to figure that out.
They might have brought it back because I gave them a piece of my mind. I've been giving a lot of people a piece of my mind lately.
You've been on fire lately, Glenn.
I know.
What's going on, mate?
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, you got something like Yammer that's already established and really is prolific, considering what it does, and it starts off as free for like up to 500 users or something, and then you can start to pay for it. But it's you can incorporate it into your Office 365. So if you've got that, it incorporates on the back end as well. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Facebook saw it and went, "Hey, we can do that."
Yeah. Now, look, here's something interesting for us all. PayPal launches free return shipping.
I see more PayPal scamming going on.
They must be. They're across it, obviously. PayPal has launched free return shipping, a new service that allows customers to refund their shipping costs on eligible online purchases. PayPal will pay the bill for parcel returns at no cost to the retailer. The program is launching simultaneously in 3 markets: France, Canada, and Australia. The announcement comes in response to research from Ipsos and PayPal, which finds that concerns around high return shipping costs are discouraging over half of online shoppers from making repeat purchases. From today, customers who have opted into the free service, that's pretty good, isn't it? For like a free service, that's all right. You can't lose. And who are looking to return an item will be able to request a shipping refund on the PayPal website within 14 days. And once approved, be reimbursed costs up to $45 on...
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Give you a bit of confidence to buy something. It doesn't fit, you turn it back.
Yeah. Like I wonder
up to 4 items per month at up to $45 each.
Yeah. Well, there has to be like limits that they would have worked all that out, and I suppose abusers of the system.
That's probably the average cost.
But I don't know why. I mean, honestly, like I can just see this as it is. There's enough scamming with PayPal going on now. You send somebody a product after they've paid for it. They wait 30 days. They say they never received it, and PayPal refunds the money. So not only do they get the product, but you lose the money and they get it back.
Yeah, but like obviously PayPal they've done their risk assessments and their risk to cost ratios. The thing is, that's why you get registered in post.
So they have to sign for it. And once you've signed for it, it means you got it.
Yeah,
that's simple as that.
That's right.
Pay an extra $10 or $5.
That doesn't make any difference. Trust me, I've been through this.
Yeah, look, I haven't had any dramas.
Postie needs. I've never had any problem.
I'm an honest person.
I've only had it happen twice, and both of them. The only time it actually happened was with 2 registered posts.
Yeah, right.
Ironically.
Maybe you don't sell it to those people. Tell them to send you a photo of them. They look like bikies, but don't sell to them.
Now,
No, you give it to them.
the last story of this week now is look. I didn't think we'd get through a show, but we have. There's so little going on this week. We did, but anyway. How's this one? Gold, something that everyone likes. Gold and other metals in human poo at levels worth mining. So
Oh, well, there goes that saying, when I say to my kids, what do you think, I crap money? And they go, yeah, actually you do.
yeah, well, there you go. You might
Yeah, that was
do.
about $12.
Human poo contains gold and other precious metals together with rare elements such as palladium and vanadium at a level that is commercially viable and could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, scientists believe.
Okay. Which government gave these scientists the research funding for this crap?
In Australia, with a population over 23 million, that's $379 million of gold. That's shit.
Hang on a minute. Okay. No, hey, no shit. Is that what you said? All right, it's 23 million. 379 divided by 23. That's what, $16 each.
That's all right.
Is that per year?
Yeah, say yearly. Must be. It's not going to be per day. That'd be a lot of crap. Yeah, so...
Yeah, $16.50 each in gold.
So
Per
how's that?
year.
It wasn't a bad guess, as I said before.
Yeah. So how's that? You poo gold. So...
Yeah, but $16 worth of gold, that's nothing. Because an ounce of gold is $1,200.
Well, you could make your own Apple Watch band.
So that's what's 0.1% of an ounce.
You see, that's Apple stores have been reported of installing toilets in their
At the front door.
in their store. That's right.
They double their profits when they've got when they're open and after they release something and the queues around the block.
Free hamburgers.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
And a diuretic.
and a lock-in until you poo.
My biggest question isn't so much what my poo's worth, but what am I eating to generate that sort of revenue?
And maybe you should think, if I can generate $16 a year in gold, what can I eat to double that?
Yeah, that's right.
Then it would be worth your weight in gold.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you would until the end of the day when you go to the crapper.
Yeah, and dump it. And
Then
dump
it's
it.
nothing left.
Yeah, the new toilets, they're coming out with strainers, like a gold pan or something.
You got some dude down there panning your ass. It's got a little pan there.
Well, I don't know if anyone remembers on Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there's a planet where you always need to take a receipt. You always make sure you get a receipt because pollution's that bad. They need to make sure what you eat stays on the planet.
Yeah, right.
So it's gonna end up like that soon. You're gonna have a receipt so you can claim it on tax or something.
Well, you know what it'll be? It'll be Julia Gillard will come back and say, we'll have a poo tax.
Well, she might do. That's right. That wouldn't be surprised. All right, let's wrap it up, eh? No one else got anything to say?
Just quickly, we should mention this data retention law that has actually passed. Just for people who aren't familiar with it, basically the legislation which will see call records, assigned IP addresses, location, excuse me, location information, billing information, and other customer data will be stored for 2 years. It passed the Senate today, this afternoon actually, which was Thursday, with the support of the Labor senators. The government and Labor shot down a dozen amendments from the Greens and several amendments from the crossbench senators.
What the Greens want to do with it?
Who'd know? But basically, yeah. So they're pretty much now everything you do is going to be stored for 2 years. It's the legislation passed without the Australian public knowing the cost of the scheme. So telcos build the system, store data, nor how much the government intends to contribute. Earlier in the week, Brandis revealed that the cost per customer for the year would be $4, but the cost of building the systems contained in a confidential report remains unknown. So,
Why is it confidential?
because they don't want people to realise they've just cost the government's just cost taxpayers another $10 billion.
Probably.
Because you think now, if they were purging, let's say they're purging their cookies after, I don't know, let's say a month, 30 days. Now suddenly they had a server room just to hold that sort of metadata. Now suddenly they've got a whole...
It's just metadata though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
So they can see
everything.
what site you went on, but they can't see what you looked at.
No.
Yeah, so
it
big
depends.
deal.
I mean, it depends. they're going to be able to pick the IP address, so they may not even. They'll know where. Yeah, I don't know how specific it is, but I mean, it's just the amount of data that they now have to store is going to be absolutely ludicrous in terms of. I mean, I know storage is cheap, but you still try and you don't want to be storing hundreds and thousands of terabytes of just useless.
Here it is. Here. This is what I'm just. This is what they're going to include. Required telecommunications companies to retain customers' phone and computer metadata for 2 years. Define which types of data must be retained, such as phone numbers, length of phone calls, email addresses, which is really dodgy, and the time the message was sent, but not the content of the phone call or the email, and explicitly exclude internet browsing. Is that right?
Not according to what I've got.
Yeah, look.
Because how can you Well, no. Well, they're logging IP addresses, so they're not excluding it. They may not be capturing what address you go to.
No, that's right. They might say, "Oh, he went here," but I don't know what he was looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to TaylorSwift.porn, but I don't know what he was looking at.
Taylor Swift.
Let's check it out. Let's see if it's a terrorist site. Yeah. Oh,
This
for work
webpage
purposes.
is not available.
Work purposes. Look, this sort of thing. Look. You've got to have confidence, don't you, in the government, don't you?
Why?
You do.
Why start
You have to.
now?
You got to. Look, they're obviously doing it for some national security
Yeah,
reasons.
It's a security
as I said
issue.
before, they're bringing
Look,
it in under
if we all have to
terrorism
suffer a little
laws.
bit of a privacy issue in order to catch the crazies, so be it.
Yeah. Well, if it's going to catch someone that otherwise would have bloody blown me head off, well, I'm all for it. Why
Yeah,
not?
exactly. You want a cricket score? Speaking of blowing your head off,
Oh, well, no one cares because by the time anyone listens...
6 for 208. The Indians.
All right, let's get out of here so we can
All
watch
right.
the damn thing.
Congratulations, Australia, on a magnificent effort.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, cool. That's all we've got for you this week. So thanks for coming along. Don't forget the AussieTechRadio.com 24/7 shoutcast streaming of this show, Aussie Max Zone, and a host of other shows from Australia and New Zealand. Thanks to athwebhosting.com.au, Scope IT, education.com.au. Thanks to these two fellas here, Eric and Will, for coming in tonight. Thanks, boys.
You're welcome.
Good to see
No
you.
worries. And don't forget, of course, obsidianloft.com for all your Minecraft and game-related stuff, and also Old Fart Geeks for your historical tech fix.
And I think there's an Obsidian Loft on the Shoutcast Aussie Tech Radio this week.
There usually is,
good
yep.
stuff. If you want your podcast on the radio, on the Tech Radio Aussie, you know what I mean. If you want your podcast there, email me. All right, just email me and we'll organise it. It's free. It won't cost you nothing. So just if you want it there, just get sorted. All right, that's about it. That's all I've got to say. I think I'm over and out. So until next week, thanks for being with us. Thanks to the live streamers, Dominix, and there's a couple of others, probably Milo and probably PA, and whoever else was in there tonight. So thank you for your contribution, and we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.